Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Eastleigh save. Before we get started, of course, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you get more content like this, of course. First game of the season against Charlton. We've had a interesting transfer and pre-season, so let's show you how that's gone. Transfers wise, let's get into the juicy stuff first, right? Have we signed anyone in the end of the pre-last season? You know, that bit. Yes, we have, of course. We've signed David Ferguson on a free, was previously at Rangers. He is an attacking wing-back, which is exactly what we need. He's left-back. He is in the first team. He's probably not quite ready for it. I say not quite. He's currently playing at a Valderrama North-South level, but might as well get him into the first team. He's very attacking. Hopefully he can develop his technicals quite nicely, and it will mean that we can have a very good left wing back. Next up, we've got Odival Ardell. He's from Rosenborg. Brought him in. He's a centre midfielder, can play out left as well in our formation. We're playing the same formation that we ended last season in, so a 4-2-2-2 or a 4-4-2 with attacking wingers. Yeah, a player that, again, I think could be very, very good. He could develop into a championship player. I'm still going to try and request that the cats are going mental. I'm still going to request if we can have a one of our training facilities gets boosted up. But like I say, he came from Rosenborg for £400,000. Obviously hasn't played yet, but hopefully he'll slowly start getting into the side. We've also got Mark Tyne, who I think is a bit of a coup. A fullback or a winger. I'm going to be actually playing him probably at right back because of other players we've got in the attacking positions. But he can absolutely play further forward. He's got some lovely stats for that as well. And defensively, I mean, tackling-wise, not great. But attacking, going forward, just probably what you want. Hopefully he will develop into something a bit more. But I thought he was a great signing. Stop attacking the blind. I'm getting distracted by the bloody cat. But yeah, 185,000 from ASEC Mimosas. He did very well for them last season. He's in the first team, so absolutely. Any transfers out before we move on? There were a few loans and that sort of thing. A few players left on a free. Yeah, so the cat was attacking the blind and nearly ripped it down, but that's fine. Where was I? A bunch of players out on loan. Shay Charles has left to go join Burton, a player that wasn't going to get into our side. £250,000 we sold him for, which I think is a very good turnaround for getting him for free initially. But yeah, he wasn't a player that was ever going to play. Someone who I think we should absolutely move on, and we did. So next up, there's plenty more to come. We've got, let's start with at the bottom, our most recent signing actually, Pablo Huertas, a striker from Nacional, the Uruguayan, 21 years old, some fantastic finishing and a bit of pace, well, a bit of acceleration anyway, can develop into a championship player. Been paid £2,000 at the moment. I mean, he can play centre half if you really need him to. Probably won't be doing that, but I think he could become a decent player again. Someone else who's young, starting in the first team squad. Next, we brought in Burger Backen. Yes, Burger Backen. Again, cat nightmare. He's wanted by Oldham and Solihull Moles on loan. He will probably be going out on loan, hopefully, to get him some good game time. But he can play up top as a pressing forward or either wing. So hopefully it's just developing those technicals. If we can get those flying up, then I think we can have a real good, solid player coming in on a free, having been at Leicester. Then we also brought in Aristote Mbayo from Liverpool on a free. Again, a centre-half that, with a bit of development, you never know, could develop into something. Otherwise, we might be able to make a bit of money on him. Quentin Steppe is a signing that I wasn't expecting to actually make. I just went in for him thinking, oh, yeah, I mean, he's a good player. There's a lot of players like that we go in for and they go to another club because we aren't big enough for them, effectively. But Quentin Steppe took the chance with us, which hopefully we can repay him for. He's a 6'3" winger who can also play up front, which is probably where he'll play most of his games, though his finishing isn't great. He's got some great dribbling, great first touch, passing technique, good determination as well for a 19-year-old, and some nice pace as well. So he's already playing at a championship level and could be a Premier League player in the future. So hoping that he develops nicely. We then brought in 2 players on loan from Chelsea. Christopher Larkin is the first one, a right winger, very, very pacey, good bit of flair and a bit of exciting going forward. I mean, there's not much really to say other than he looks very, very nice to watch. And then otherwise, Gary Healy, who's only actually come back from injury. We signed him on loan and he got injured straight away, but hopefully he'll be a decent backup centre-half for us, or maybe even push into the first team. And finally, Aaron Ramsey. Not that Aaron Ramsey, this Aaron Ramsey from Villa. The young 24-year-old. He's still, I mean, that's probably the oldest player we've signed, and he's still very, very young. That just shows our views on things. He could develop into a good championship player, but currently playing at a League 2 standard, supposedly. But again, we needed a midfielder, bit of young blood in there, and someone who looks very, very nice. But transfers-wise, we have sold a few players as well. First off was Ben House, off to Plymouth. He unfortunately wanted to go. I wanted to try and keep him for a bit because of our 2-striker formation now, but he decided he did want to leave in the end. So he got sold to Plymouth for a good amount of money. We brought in 205,000 for that. Peter Chukwu was another one of the young players that we brought in from Liverpool. He wasn't ever going to reach the potential we needed him to, so we've moved him on to Blackburn, get a bit of money in for him as well, which was good. Luke Dreyer, another centre midfielder who's played a lot of games for us and got us up to the championship, been playing in the championship as well. But I wanted to give some younger players some game time, and Luke Dreyer wasn't going to get some. So, and yeah, he's good, but I think we can do better. So he's gone to Dunfermline. That's a bit of a risky one, I'll be honest. That is a risk, but I'm willing to take that risk. Kane Ramsey is another one who has been sold to Notts County. We've brought in Tyne, and we've been eyeing up a couple of other right backs as well. So with Josh Hare being on form, Kane Ramsey was never going to get game time, so he's been sold 160,000. And Alemani Kamara has been sold to Lincoln for 59,000. Another Liverpool player that wasn't going to reach the potential, but we'll make a little bit of money off anyway. Bunch of loans, Matthew Smith being one of the standout ones there. I was trying to move him on, basically, because I've been trying to cull the squad, because we have got a big squad now, and this is the side we've got in at the moment. Alfie Morris, Huertas, Stefancic, Conway, Steppe, Dembele, Larkin, Okong, Mendy, Panina, Jozanovic, Usman, Sparks, Ramsey, Elliott, Arango, Ferguson, Amol, Tyne, Hare, Healy, Simiu, Magoma, O'Connor, Rios, Okonkwo. We still don't actually have two left backs. Currently, Ricardo Arango and Toby Amol are filling in at left back whilst David Ferguson is out, because I'm putting a lot of eggs in his basket, to be quite honest. I'm hoping that he does okay. He did in pre-season, because in pre-season, we've played the likes of 6 games. We beat Frankfurt 5-1, Granada 4-2. We then lost a hell of a game against Chelsea, 7-6. It was insane. We went like 5-0 down in the first 30 minutes, and then we brought it back. Unfortunately, it did end 7-6, but what a game that would have been in a pre-season for the fans. So that's a great game to have. Brings lots of crowd down, and it's very entertaining. Dorking 3-2, which was good. Newport County, bit of a shame that we drew, but again, that's fine. It's pre-season. And then Sutton, we beat 2-0 as well. So we're going into the first game of the season against Charlton on a high. We're very positive about how we're going to perform. Season preview, we are still seen as bottom of the table, but we've beaten that before, and I'm sure we can rise up the ranks again and hopefully fight further up the table. Charlton are a team that would be at nearer the bottom, supposedly, so this is a good one to start off with, ease us into the season. Now, looking at the squad, this is what we are going for initially. We've got Okonkwo in goal, Mark Tyne at right back, Mole at left back, like I say, because the likes of Ferguson is out injured. We've got a Mole sitting in there with Simiu and Magoma at centre half. Simiu back, obviously, from his loan out. Jozanovic playing the ball-winning midfielder role. Ramsey in the box-to-box. Larkin and Arango either side, with Morris and Steppe up top. And we've got a good packed bench full of attacking players. We don't actually have any defensive players on the bench, but I'm hoping that we won't need them. Let's just leave it at that. Let's get into the game then, and hope and obviously be confident as well that we are going to, in fact, get a great win today, and we'll start the season off flying. All right, so Tyne with a throw on the right-hand side into Jezanovic. Morris receiving it down the line. Tyne ball in, Steppe up for the header, and it's just over the bar. One thing we have noticed is that we get a very high XG. We don't finish our chances. We never hit that XG, but in the preseason, we have been getting a very, very high XG, 3-4 XG per game. So it should be an exciting season. Absolutely. Whether that's a good season, we'll see. But I hope so. I think we need to really get a win today to really show what we're all about. But yeah, it's a good start. We've got the kind of dominance in the game at the moment, and hopefully that continues. So an Ingram goal kick for Charlton. Playing it short with Fameru. It's a bit of a tight passing that they're trying there, but they do well to work out of it. And they are coming forward, but Ramsey comes across, great win, and now we drive. Now we get forward. Aaron Ramsey lays it off to Amal, who looks forward to Arango, who's the pass wasn't great. But are we able to cut? We do. The clearance by the keeper wasn't good, and Amal was able to easily get hold of that again. Simeu, can he look anywhere? No, he has to go back, but that is absolutely fine. Keep the pressure on by finding another route. Okonkwo with a wonderful ball. Arango with the shot. It's just wide of the post. What a fantastic effort that was. A lovely ball by Okonkwo finding him. And he cut inside, hitting it on his right foot, just going wide of the post. But it's a great, great effort. Okonkwo going forward again. Steppe goes up to win the header. Doesn't quite, but Arango's header to find Steppe and put him through wasn't good enough. The ball comes forward again, though. Magoma nods it down to Jezanovic, who this time plays through Larkin, who's got the pace to get there. Can we fill the box? Ball comes in. Steppe, he's got to finish. He does. Quentin Steppe, first goal of the season for the club. First competitive goal as well. Fantastic stuff. The ball goes through. Larkin gets onto the end of it, plays it across. And Steppe just has to tap it in, which he does exactly that. Jezanovic, lovely ball through. Larkin's pace gets him away. And then he just fires it across. And Steppe gets in front of the defender. Slots it home. Half an hour in. We're 1-0 up. And we're looking good. It's a corner. Larkin, ball in. Magoma with the header. It's just over the bar. I mean, he was a free man and lots of space there. And hopefully that is a sign of that we could get a couple of chances from some dead balls. And again, Larkin, ball in. Comes to the front post, but Woodrow heads clear. And now Zeffy, is that? Zeffy gets on the ball looking to break for Charlton. Is forced to go back, but we know that that's not always a bad thing, as they do find Mordner, who's running through on goal. Can we stop him? It's a tight angle. Okonkwo does well to save it, and then Simeo's got loads of time just to take a touch and reassess things. Amal out to Arango. Now we're looking to go forward. Not quite. So Charlton are looking to get a goal just before half-time to try and level things up. It wouldn't be a good time for us to concede, that's for sure. We're looking very tight back there, which is very good. And there you go. The ball over the top. Nothing to worry about. Okonkwo comes and collects that. And we go again. It is Okonkwo who drop kicks it forward. And Arango gets hold of that. He's in loads of space out there. He's running at the defence. Looks to play that ball in. It's headed clear by Diallo. But it comes straight back to Arango, who's going to lay it off to Ramsey. Oh, it's another good effort on goal. But not quite enough this time to get into the back of the net. But it looks like it will be half-time coming up without much more going on. So we will take a look. Morris hasn't been great. I was hoping he'd kind of come into things a bit more this season with some great finishing and first touch. But he just hasn't been getting into the role of the pressing forward. I mean, he's not massively work rate, not massively acceleration and pace. So I can get it, but it maybe is something that we needed to develop. But what we will do is we'll bring on Stefancic, I think. He has got a bit of pace, a bit of acceleration. He can work hard in there. So we'll bring him on for Alfie Morris just to mix things up and also give him a bit more of a different challenge up top, as Stefancic will be a little bit different of a player for them to have to work out. But 10 minutes into the second half, we're still looking good. Nothing too much to worry about. Let's hope that continues and we hold on for the win. The Charlton play it back to the goalkeeper, Ingram, is with a long ball forward. It was an interesting header by the winger. But Gomez able to get onto that quite comfortably. And then again, another header away. Press hold to Woodrow, through to Mitchell, who's got to finish, surely. No, I mean, he's took it really wide there, right to the byline. And that's probably cost him a bit. Arango is injured, so we might have to look to take him off because I don't want to risk him. He's one of our best players here. Let's bring on Karamoko Dembele on that inverted winger role on the left hand side. He should be able to come on and get some good work done out there. Again, Ramsey and Jozanovic in the middle, looking quite solid, although Jozanovic isn't having the best game of his life. But we're winning, which is good. We're still getting chances as well, which is a good sign. Ball comes in, Steppe at the back post. Ingram catches that quite comfortably in the end. But again, it's good. It's good to see that we're trying to look for those balls into the box. We're not worried about crossing it. Ball comes forward for Charlton. It is gone up with Simu and Duffy, but Amol gets onto that. And he looks to play it down the wing to Dembele, who's now got to take on a man. Note plays inside to Steppe. Back to Jozanovic, who does look for that long ball over the top to Dembele. I don't think he's quite going to get there, but it's a mistake by Ingram, and it's a ball has just travelled across the line. Oh, wow. I mean, it was a very, very big mistake. Karamoko Dembele went for the effort at goal. Maybe should have looked to try and cut it back, but I don't think anyone was really around. So he went for it, and it just trickles literally across the goal. Not even across the goal line, but just across the goal. Anyone there would have been able to tap it in, but it was a good effort. It's good pressing. Direct passing is always good as well. So Okonkwo with the ball, looking forward. Long ball forward. Stefancic gets onto that, and there you go. Plays in back to Larkin. Looks for the 1-2 with Stefancic, who just is unable to slip it past the keeper. It's a good save. He went for the near post. Keeper had it covered, but it does go out for a corner kick, where we have caused a little bit of issues for Charlton in the past. Can we do it again? Ball comes in but is cleared, and it goes out for a throw-in, and that will be that. But we're sitting in 5th. That's not bad. I'll take that. We're looking pretty comfortable in this game as well, I have to say. I'm not too concerned about it. But 15 minutes ago, I think what we will do is take Jozanovic off. He's not been fantastic. Should I swap them over? No, I think we'll leave Johnson Usman there. He works. He's got a bit of work ethic in him. So even if his challenging isn't that great, he'll get there if he needs to. But 15 minutes to go, and we are looking very, very good. Clock's really starting to tick down now as the game goes to added time. And there will be 4 minutes of it. A long added time. But it looks like we will be able to hold on and keep them quiet for that. And a great start to the season. A 1-0 win. Very comfortable. Nothing too much to worry about in that one. There was a few things that we could have done a little bit better. But I'm not going to complain. I think that was a very good result against a team at the bottom who are supposedly meant to be higher than us. I mean, everyone's meant to be higher than us, so any win's good. But that's the sort of win you need to get. Steppe scoring on his debut as well was fantastic. Let me know who you think will be the best signing for us this season from the transfers we've brought in. But we will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And of course, I will see you in the next one.